Welcome to the third episode, people. I feel like this is the time for me to lay down the grassroots for you to really get an idea and a feeling and an understanding of like the combination of Neospoly. And, we did the frequently asked questions. I cleared some things up with Tatiana, but I don't think that I've really expressed and kind of delved into some of the details. So before I get into some of that stuff, I just want to say I am in transparency here. I'm in a very emotional state right now. Why, you might ask? Because I just had some really great news that kind of makes me a little sad. So, 2019, I planned on taking my life. And some of you know this from other videos, following the channel, my social media, etc. I talk about this. I coach people through this all the time. That said, the person that stopped me from taking my life stopped me because he took his. He's a close friend of mine. And for basically the better part of the last 14 years, him, myself, and another friend were trying to create almost like this perfect breeding. For those of you that don't know, I've been breeding dogs for forever. My dog is a culmination of other breedings I've done past to create him. Had grandparents or parents, whatever. So it finally happened. Like the breeding it still hasn't happened. It'll be like 2 years. But all of the things, the pieces of the puzzle have all been come together. And I wish he was here to be able to, one, know that it's happening, and two, to see it come to fruition. But I digress. My life is very complicated. I do a lot of different things. I'm talking about dog breeding. I talk about the different businesses I have and how I make money and all of those things. And I talk about relationships. I share all this stuff transparently. And as I've been fielding questions from friends, continued, not necessarily frequently asked questions, just the conversations around, bro, I love my wife and I couldn't share my wife with anyone. So like, I mean, I see what you're doing, but I don't understand that. There's so many different things. People that I've talked to now that I haven't talked to in years that have been divorced, that have, been like, dude, I could see this. I feel this. Would you get married again? Like all these different things. And in these conversations, I want to kind of talk about how we got here. So I've been divorced twice. I talked about that. One of the things I learned through the marriage divorce process is, how do you promise somebody forever? I'm genuinely asking that question. I don't know what I want to eat tomorrow. Even on a carnivore diet, I know it's going to be meat, but maybe I want beef, maybe I want chicken, maybe I want pork chops. I don't know. So how do I decide and then say for forever I want to eat steak? It's just, I don't know. I change. My palate changes. Life changes. So my agreement, my thought process and perspective on relationships is that I want you to commit to me today. And tomorrow you can commit to me tomorrow. And the next day, commit to me that day. Because if we do that each day, the little incremental changes that we both experience, that we all experience in life that's normal, we'll be able to keep up with each other and refresh and renew the commitment as we continue to grow. All of that said, I've realized that now from the failure. The other thing I've realized is that doing life with me is not what everyone thinks it is. I can tell you now from my 2 ex-wives and all of my girlfriends that when you get with someone who is extremely disciplined, extremely hard-headed, extremely opinionated, damn near narcissistic, always trying to be a perfectionist, with a heart of gold, it's tough. Because I may feel a certain type of way or something, and I know I feel it with my heart, and it may not be the right thing, but your ability to try to convince me or change my mind on that with the stubbornness of who I am is damn near impossible. And then I also run at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So you to try to catch up or prevent me, it's really tough. That said, how do you make a daily commit with someone that's as difficult as I am to be with? Well, you have to be upfront and say, listen, if you do this, if you can hang out with me, learn to love me, learn to do life with me, I will share all that I am with you. That's the good, the bad, my brilliance, my craziness, my faults, my ignorance, all of it, in hopes to help create the most stable, enjoyable, adventure-filled, world-discovering life of peace with me. So that's what we're doing. And you say, how? Why? Because every day I have clients who I create the dream life for. My clients, it doesn't matter if for those of you who don't know, I'm a coach. And you may say, what kind of coach are you? I'm a life coach, but I'm not the life coach that got certifications to say that I was a life coach. I'm the life coach that actually lives life and coaches people how to navigate the problems, decisions, creativity, stumbling, procrastinations, weaknesses, lack of confidence, and all of the things that prevent people from living their life of dreams by sharing my failures with them, locking arms with them, and then working through whatever the issues may have with an open mind, an open heart, and a desire to help them change and grow in the same level that I wake up every morning looking to create a new version of myself with a new opportunity of each given day. It seems like a lot. Say that if I rewound that and said that back again, I don't know if I could do it again. But that's what I do. And so if it's marketing or social media or trying to change your career or getting over a traumatic experience or just getting over a life change like getting married or moving or changing careers or wanting to make more money or trying to identify, just whatever the thing is. It could be your nutrition. It could be you wanting to lose weight. It could be wanting to gain weight. It could be a myriad of different things. Jump on my calendar. Links in the description. I'll work with you. Let's work together to create the thing that you want. But I do that every day. And my last breakup wasn't a long relationship. Literally, I want to say it was like 3 months. And in that time frame, I thought to myself, what in the world? Why do I waste time sharing and accepting less than what I deserve, giving my peace for someone that I know can't even on a grassroots level understand my life and then want to try to adopt it? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just be very blunt with what I want, what I need, what's necessary, and what I will give in return. And if that sounds cool, then let's do life together. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I was very much intentional from the get-go. You know, guys, I hate to interrupt this episode, but this is huge news from our sponsor, SoFi Bank. And so, SoFi Bank, you're probably asking yourself, what is SoFi Bank? Do you see this backdrop behind me? I am standing in Medellín, Colombia. Now, I've been traveling for the last 5 years, but the first year of travel, I spent almost 5 figures in international transaction fees. It did not matter if I was at dinner, at an ATM, anywhere. It did not matter. If I used my card and I was out of the country, I was charged an international transaction fee. Until I met SoFi Bank. There's 0 international transaction fees with SoFi Bank. And you may be thinking, because you travel a lot and you're watching this channel, okay, cool, you should sign up for SoFi Bank. And you should. But for everyone else that maybe hasn't left the country and you're watching this channel for inspiration, which don't watch this channel for inspiration, we're about to grind. Make the plan to get out of the country. But SoFi Bank will pay you right now. It's limited. So click the link. $25. $25. For what? Opening a checking account, a savings account, and depositing $50. So if you open up a checking and a savings account and you deposit $50, they're going to pay you $25 as a thank you for opening your account. Now, I'm saying thank you because they are sponsoring us, which means you are sponsoring us by doing that. So please feel free. Click the link in the description. Get your $25. Now, I want to give you a pro tip. When you open up the account, they're going to give you one option, the only option that you will get the first and only time when you're opening the account is to add the $50 with your debit card. Now, I'm sure you have a current debit card at your current bank. As long as you fund your account with that $50 with that instant debit card, the $50 will arrive in your new SoFi account instantly. And by doing that, you can then use the instant virtual card that they give you in Apple Pay, Google Pay, and whatever tap to pay application that you typically use so that you don't lose access to your $50. That's right. That means you get to open up the account, get the free $25, and the whole time you keep your $50. That's a win-win situation. Right now, if you do choose to do an ACH, that's perfectly fine, but you need to still open the account with $50, do the ACH transaction, and when the money is available, SoFi within 7 business days will credit you the $25 for doing so. All of that said, guys, again, this sponsors us, Neospoly, the Being Neo podcast, me and everything that I'm doing here on the channel. It helps us out a great deal. SoFi is one of the best sponsors we've had in terms of our relationship, in terms of my customer service as a client of SoFi Bank. It's really incredible. It's one of the best banks I've ever dealt with. So all of that said, thanks for helping out the show. Thanks for helping out the podcast. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Click the link in the description. Let's jump back into the episode. You know, I expressed that I met Joe on the metro. And I did, and we talked. And one of the easiest things for me when you're like, Neo, your name is Neo, it's easy for me to say, yes, Neo. It means new. And because I was going to kill myself and I lost over 150 pounds and I've changed everything in my life and every day is new, it's easy for me to go into this conversation and then say, okay, well, what do you want with your life? Thanks for asking. So I have this crazy idea to do Neospoly, where I'm going to share my life with 2 girlfriends, share everything that I am, create some brand, show you how I make money, share this with you, and then we're going to share this with the world. Because the world needs more love, and it needs to see and recognize and understand love differently. So we're going to do that together. How does that sound? And you're going to be more supported, more loved, more cared for, more free than you've ever been before as we work as a team to accomplish our common goals. And as your goals, dreams, and things change, we're going to work together to make sure that we help accomplish those things together. I could not do Neospoly without them. And they couldn't do Neospoly without me. But not because I'm Neo, but because all of us together are committed to doing what we are doing, sharing our love story of life with the world. And it's not easy. This is not easy, but it is a dream. And so I always share with my clients, it's like, hey, I don't know what it is that you need to do. It's not easy. I could tell you it's not easy. But if you're willing to follow step by step, take the time, each day, commit to whatever that thing is today. I don't need any client come to me and say, I want to lose 150 pounds. I didn't start out and say I wanted to lose 150 pounds. I just wanted to lose a pound and then another pound. And so like whatever the thing is, we reverse engineer the solution by breaking it down and then figuring it out. So Neospoly is a broken down solution to the problems I've experienced in past relationships, the problems I've experienced in wanting to work hard, grind, make more money, have more success, and to be able to have people in my life that understand that, support it, encourage it, and are part of that process. And this is what has cultivated Neospoly. The reality is that, I don't know, every day as we kind of go through, especially as we get through our first official episode, which is going to be recorded. Oh my goodness. As we've been going through this process, I keep going through my mind like, man, this is challenging. It's definitely stressful, but it's my dream. And every single day, I say this to my clients frequently, but my clients inspire me. The reason that this, I don't know, almost 10 years of coaching has developed me into this in Colombia, the life with multiple women, all of this, which I would have never thought even 4 years ago that I'd be doing, it's amazing. But it's inspired from the relationships I have with my clients and helping them go through the things that they'd like and reverse engineering their life, and me looking at this and saying, okay, every single one of the brands I have is literally a reflection of a problem I've had and a solution I needed to create, and or something inspired by a client. I have drop shipping stores. I manage and grow them through social media. I have some really large social media channels that I promise you probably follow, that you buy stuff from. And drop shipping to me happened because I had a client that came into the marketing agency and he wanted to speak to me directly. This is my friends know this story, but he literally reached out to me because he had watched the video that I had on YouTube of the 2022 travel. And he said, I like your mindset. I like your outlook on things and the transparency you had. And I want to work with you directly. And I was like, bro, I don't really work with anybody directly. Why? And then he shared with me what he was doing, how his businesses were all set up on Etsy. I opened up an Etsy store because of it. I now have multiple Etsy stores. All of that has been a culmination of a client that shed light on things for me. And so I say all that to say, I love my clients. If you like to put in an application to be a client, just click the link below. It'll take you right through. Sign up. I look forward to our conversation. Whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish in life more efficiently, I'd love to help you do that. I think that's the reason I think I said this in the last episode. I have a coach. Every Thursday I do therapy. These are the things for me that allow me to live life more efficiently. And no matter how much money anybody makes, you can always make more, but you can't make more time. And so I digress. being able to share this type of perspective, identify and literally be able to put on the table, hey, this is what we can do if we do it together. Are you good with that? And then be able to say, we have to be able to share this vulnerability that we're going to create amongst each other with the world and be okay with that. Was difficult. It's tough. And the realization of it is still tough. I think Joel would tell you. So we have a group chat. Obviously, we all talk individually at times, but for the most part, we communicate in the group chat. And we communicate in this group chat because everybody's up to speed. None of us have secrets from anyone. Everybody knows what everybody's going through or dealing with every single day. But in this group chat, whenever I share like a reel or I create something before it gets uploaded, I'll share it in the group chat, like make sure everybody's okay with it. So if you don't follow, you should go follow Neos Polyamor on every single social media channel. It's the same. So it's Neospoli, because it's poly spelt in Spanish, and then amor, Amor. So TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, follow. So one of the first reels went up today, and it's of Joa. And when she watched the video, she basically said she turned into a tomato up to her ears. And I get it. Like, I personally don't know how to accept compliments. And so when anyone ever is like talking sweet to me or nice to me or shares their love with me, especially publicly, I'm always like, I can't blush, but if I could, I would. So I understood that, but it's challenging. You'll see a reel probably later out today that is her expressing how difficult it is, because I say this all the time. It doesn't matter how many podcasts I've had, how many podcasts I've been on. This getting in front of the camera and talking is difficult. It's tough. But we are here committed to sharing our life, our love, our adventures with you. So like, comment, subscribe, share with someone, because everyone only really experiences traumatized love from whatever love they've experienced before, through and from whatever person's traumatized love has been shared. And for us, the intention is for us to define what love we want, how we experience it, how we share it daily in our circle. One of the things that has come up, I said Barry had mentioned this. Shout out to Barry. I hadn't talked to my man in too long. Oh, so it was one of those like really great catch-up calls. He shared some intimate things with me. And one of the things we were talking about was our relationship. And so I just want to make this clear. Our relationship is not open. I have been in open relationships. Tatiana and I were in an open relationship. So an open relationship, you can have sex with people outside of your relationship with whatever rules you decide to make within your relationship. All right. So I had different rules in different relationships for, what we agree to, what we don't agree to. And that's out of respect and love for the people within the open relationship. Our relationship is not open. Neospoly is a closed triangle. Okay. And Tatiana is not in the triangle. She's the producer. So that's how that is. You guys see me share a lot with Tatiana because she is the producer. We work a lot together. There's a lot that needs to get done, and we're sharing life together. So I share a lot of things with Tatiana, but you'll also be seeing me show and share more with Joa. And you guys have been asking who the last of the triangle is still being decided. So stay tuned, though we are pretty sure we know who it is. So just stay tuned for that detail we'll share. But that said, as we share those things, Jo is finishing her last semester before break. And so she's super busy right now. So I'm with Tatiana a lot, sharing some of the things we need to get done because we have a lot to get ready for January. And so the other thing is the YouTube channel for Neospoly, where you will see the full episodes, where you'll be able to subscribe for behind the scenes, is not here. It's at Neospoly. So the link for that YouTube channel is below. Click on that. And then, like I said, all social media platforms. That's it. I don't want to make this too long. Love, peace, and hair grease. Thank you guys. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. This has to blow up. The world needs to be able to experience and see love differently. Thank you guys. Peace.